Tes suara, tes. Nggak masuk ya?
Tes,
Oh,
tes.
bentar, bentar.
Tes.
Oke, tes. Masuk, Mas. Oke.
Tes, tes. Tes, Prof. Masih
Ya,
termute.
ada Pak Adi.
Tes, tes.
Sambut, masuk. Oke. Pun. Saya buka dulu ya, Prof. Buka background-nya dulu. Bisa ngerekam nggak? Bisa. Caranya gede. Tinggal diklik, Pak. Cepat ya, Mas Ardi. Telepon aku. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome the Honorable Professor Dr. Edi Cahyono and all of the presenter. I think some of the presenters will be late, so we can start this earlier. Okay, first thing first, I will read the rules for this session. Each presenter only have 5 minutes to present. And this session will be led by Professor Dr. Edi Cahyono as moderator. Please, Professor Dr. Edi Cahyono.
Thank you, Mas Rifki. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Now we are come to the parallel session, and I said 2022. I, Edi Cahyono, will be the moderator of room 4 in training session. In this parallel session, thank you for you are coming. Ladies and gentlemen, the presentation in the parallel session will be performed in panel of 4 presenters. Every session 4 presenters, followed by discussion session. Each presenter should be presented the paper in 5 minutes. So you choose the point from your research. Please prepare your presentation slide and be ready to have your name invited for the presentation. Your question and comment are welcome, and please drop them in the chat box or on Zoom meeting. Okay. Thank you for first session. We call for presenter. Who first? The first time, Mr. Vivit Dwi Tresna Santana. Are you ready? Okay.
Yes.
Yes. And then Vige Arif Posomo. Are you ready?
Yes, ready, Prof.
Okay. And then Ibu Vina Fakriah.
I'm
You
ready,
ready?
Prof.
Okay.
Ready, Prof.
And the last for the session, Miss Galuh Fatma Hedianti. Are you ready? Galuh?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, the first presenter, please, for Ibu Vivit Dwi Tresna Santana. 5 minutes.
Thank you, Prof. Edi. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I'm Vivit Dwi Tresna Santana. I'm from the Arts Education Study Program. This presentation is titled Self-Expression Art Education Orientation, Art Education for Early Childhood in the Independent Learning Curriculum. Introduction. As it's now that Science 2020 education has undergone a very surprising change with the COVID-19 pandemic. Two, referring to main characteristic of the prototype curriculum that's in supporting the recovery of learning, so students are given wider space. One of them is character development. Three, basically our subjects in schools are very closely related to character education. Four, self-expression is very important for development of students' qualities and personalities. Five, early childhood education is very important to be implemented as the basic for the formation of human personality as a whole, including for character building. And six, therefore, it is a hope that the orientation of self-expression art education through creative dance can grow the character of early childhood. Method. The research is a literature review type of research, both in qualitative and quantitative paradigm. The population is this study used all research journal with the topic of emergency curriculum in art education in early childhood. Result and discussion. Early childhood education in the context of curriculum development in Indonesia. After the 2013 curriculum was implemented, now the government has launched a prototype curriculum as part of the independent learning curriculum. Independent learning in the prototype curriculum continues the direction of the previous curriculum development. The current curriculum principles that apply are one, decide according to values, religion, and character. In other words, to the process of instilling character in children and development soft skills in children. Two, strengthening children's identity. Children should need to strengthen from the foundation to improve school readiness. Three, understanding the basic of literacy and STEAM. These are the basic of listening and expressing ideas. And four, the principle is to prioritize activities free to the learn and free to the play. Self-expression art education paradigm in art education for early childhood. One, self-expression paradigm is popularly known as the emerging curriculum model. Two, the creative activity in art learning is to combine our knowledge of stimulating even with our knowledge. Three, self-expression, that each package the creativity needs to prototype the essence and natural characteristic of early childhood, namely in playing. And four, various skills that children often do by play include playground construction, exploring, collecting things, games, and sport. Implementation of the self-expression and art education paradigm in the independent learning curriculum determine what to attract children attention for students with do not so give positive feedback to children personality, not necessarily dance art. Kemudian children use a crossover strategy include all children. Conclusion: the relevancy of self-expression with the free learning curriculum is to make children student free to express themselves free according to their interests. The purpose of such self-expression is not a problem in early childhood art education. The child-centered approach opens up possibilities for artistic activity in early childhood education. In primary education, creativity and self-expression are also assessed in the curriculum, but are integrated with deserved core content in the spirits of art education. In early childhood education, problems arise if the goal are to broad and low to facilities education to support child in their activities. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Pak Prof. Edi, belum ada suaranya.
Thank you, Bu Vivit. You are very effective to use your time. Exactly 5 minutes. You presentation, and then we invite Mr. Fike Arif Kusumo that will present the title Development of Microsoft Peace e-learning media for elementary school student. Okay,
Okay.
please, Mr. Fike.
Okay, thanks, Prof. Edi. Good afternoon, Professor Edi as a moderator. Then all of presenter. Let me introduce myself and my paper. Okay, I will share my paper. Okay. Let me introduce myself and my paper. My name is Vicky Arif Kusumo. Okay, my paper is development of Microsoft-based e-learning media for elementary school student. Okay, this is the look of our product, the material presented with elementary school level material and evaluation. And then that can be accessed in real time, anywhere and anytime. Next. Okay, the purpose of this research is to, of course, to developing Microsoft-based e-learning media for elementary school students. And then this research using R&D methods for collecting data about the feasibility of this media. And then the learning objective is find out how this learning media can be used in elementary school. Ladies and gentlemen, okay, in next slide, why this product must be developed. First, the spread of COVID-19 the spread of the court has closed all human, including educational activities, is close to. And then, and second, online learning benefit. If learning using online learning media is increasingly applied to students, the experience in e-learning will also increase. And the third, digital literacy. All of we know about e-learning is related to students' digital literacy skills. Digital literacy is important to deal with digital disruption wisely. The ease of accessing the internet makes digital literacy an important thing. Okay, next, about the methods, the research development procedure use adapt the research steps by 4D method. There are define, design, develop, and disseminate. Okay, to the next slide. This is an aspect for access by expert and practitioner. First, content, and then language, presentation, display format, and the last, media effect on learning strategies. This is the table of feasibility criteria. You can see this table and then this validity score about percent agreement and then icon validity. Next, about the result and discussion. Okay, we can see about expert judgment. I collecting data about for expert judgment, and then this is the result, the content 97%, the language 96%, the presentation 100%, and display format is 93%. Effect media learning, the result is 100%. And the V icon validity, this media has the result 0.75, effect media on learning strategies, and then 0.68 display format, presentation 0.75, and then language 0.7, and the content. I can show you about this table and this diagram for how the product is very good criteria to implement it in the elementary student. Okay, next slide. About the conclusion, Microsoft-based e-learning media developed based on research, testing 5 aspects: 1, content, language, presentation, overall display format, and media effect on learning strategies have very good result. So they should be implemented in elementary school learning. Okay, so Prof. Edi and all of the presenter, our paper can be implemented in elementary school. Thank you for your attention. Sorry if. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Pak Arif. You also use your time exactly 5 minutes.
Thank you,
The
Prof.
third time, Ibu Vina Fakri, are you ready?
I'm ready, Prof.
Okay.
Thanks
Okay, Bu
for
Vina Fakri will
opportunity.
present the title Scientific Argumentation Measurement Pattern of Pre-Service Elementary School Teachers and Literature Reviews. Please, Bu Vina.
Thanks, Prof. Edi. And sorry, okay. Terima kasih, Pak Vicky.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for your opportunity. This time, I'm a presentation with title Scientific Argumentation Measurement Pattern of Pre-Service Primary School Teacher Literature Review. My name is Vina Fahria and my promoter team Anirudh Sulawati, Sunyoto Eko Nugroho, and Sigit Sabtono. Introduction. Students of the primary education department are pre-service teachers. They are prepared to have abilities and skill based on 21st century. The required skill are critical thinking, creative thinking, and problem-solving skill. Argumentation skill is an important skill to master by students. The skill is a process that supports a claim by emphasis, idea notion, sharing skill about science in daily life based on the evidence and existing theory. Scientific argumentation skill is supported by relevant, empirical, and verified information and evidence. An excellent argumentation skill could establish new explanation so students could obtain new knowledge. So scientific argumentation has an important role in scientific learning. However, based on the obtained data from several professors' finding, the student scientific argumentation skill were still low. And then for research by Sulaiman et al. 29, the scientific argumentation results show only 2 students provide argumentation with data, evidence, and rationale, while about % of 30% of students only argue with supportive data and or evidence. So this is time to review and explore the research finding dealing with scientific argumentation to describe the importance of scientific argumentation measurement and to find out the pre-service elementary school teacher scientific argumentation measurement method. This research is a literature review research with several database, Scopus, ERIC, and Google Scholar, based on article research about scientific argumentation measurement in scientific learning. The first stage of this research was defining the terms of scientific argumentation. The second stage was the measuring the applied scientific argumentation to measure the scientific argument from the obtained article. Third, the obtained reason were analyzed by using the measurement pattern. And then the data conformity with the scientific argumentation was analyzed by scientific argumentation measurement until the conclusion about the appropriate measurement pattern was reached. And this result and discussion, scientific argumentation is an important skill for students to understand the scientific concept. Scientific argumentation involves scientific reasoning to conclude the available information and critical thinking skill to create statement based on fact. And then, according to Heng, Surif, and Sang, this reasoning. So the scientific argument has an important role in instilling scientific concept for students. These concepts are the core of reasoning skill and academic achievement. So scientific argumentation could be used to improve student understanding of scientific concept related to science phenomena. And then creating conclusion and understanding learning concept by using claim and rebut logical, analytical, and scientific code occur. And then to prepare reliable and eligible teacher candidates and apply scientific argumentation learning, 3 main skills should be developed. They are: 1, identifying the main element in argumentation process during science class. 2, interpreting the element. And 3, creating decision based on training for a better argumentation process in science class. So, different and similarity of scientific argumentation measurement pattern. 1, TAP or Toulmin argumentation pattern, and SRA, scientific argumentation and reasoning, and then CAI, cognitive appraisal interview, and then CER, claim, evidence, and reasoning. Conclusion. Based on the previous finding, literature analysis, the scientific argumentation of student was important to do with a curve measurement pattern. So with a scientific argumentation, student could connect several complex material to arrange claims until logical and scientific rebuttal with several stages. The word creating, supporting, opposing, or revising a scientific claim to produce credible validation and conclusion. The scientific argumentation measurement pattern could be found out by using Toulmin argumentation pattern, scientific argumentation and reasoning, and claim, evidence, and reasoning atau CER. Thank you for your attention, everyone. And then thanks for your opportunity. Thanks,
Thank you, Bu.
Prof.
Gina.
Edi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when the last presenter in the first session, Ibu Galuh Fatma Hedianti, that will perform the title Performance Structure of Babalu Arts and the Revitalization Strategy in the Babalu Regency. Please, Bu Galuh. Bu Galuh.
Tidak ada.
Oh, tidak ada Bu Galuh. Oke. Tidak ada Bu Galuh. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have 5 to 10 minutes for discussion about education in the childhood and the elementary school. Mari kita diskusi, boleh tanya dalam bahasa Indonesia, diperkenalkan nama, ditujukan pada Bu Vivit, ataukah Pak Arif, ataukah Bu Vina. Ya, boleh dalam bahasa Indonesia, boleh dalam bahasa Inggris untuk diskusinya. Kami silakan, adakah? Oh, tidak ada pertanyaan. Baik, jika tidak ada pertanyaan, satu pertanyaan dari saya, mohon dijawab ketiganya ya. Riset Bapak Ibu ini kan di sekolah dasar dan TK ya, untuk pendidikan anak usia dini. Pertanyaannya, kesulitannya terutama ini untuk mencetak calon gurunya kan ini, untuk mencetak calon guru di elementary school atau di PAUD gitu ya. Apalagi di PAUD tadi mungkin agak berbeda cara penyampaiannya dan sebagainya. Ya, kesulitannya untuk mempersiapkan calon guru di elementary dan di PAUD itu. Kami persilahkan ketiga penyaji, boleh dalam bahasa Inggris ataupun dalam bahasa Indonesia. Bu Vina, silakan.
Baik, Prof. Izin menjawab pertanyaan menggunakan bahasa Indonesia saja, ya, Prof.
Ya, silakan. Ya.
Oke. Ketika mempersiapkan untuk calon guru, kesulitannya terutama di PGSD, karena PGSD ini beragam ilmu yang dipelajari, tentunya ketika belajar tentang sains, mereka tidak terus-menerus hanya sains yang diketahui saja. Jadi perlu usaha yang lebih maksimal untuk mengajarkan calon guru ini supaya bisa kelima mapel, terutama kalau di presentasi saya tadi tentang scientific argumentasinya.
Oke. Adakah kesamaan? Pak Arif, kan juga Pak Arif, silakan.
Ya, thank you, Prof. In Indonesian ya, Prof.
Boleh. In English, oke. Indonesian juga oke.
Oke. Untuk masalah hambatan pada saat pengembangan produk, kalau pada saat pengembangan produknya tidak ada masalah, Prof. Paling dengan pada saat uji coba mengalami beberapa sedikit, karena yang sampel yang saya ambil di sekolah yang fasilitas dan kompetensi guru sudah memadai untuk diimplementasikan penerapan Microsoft untuk pembelajaran, Prof. Namun untuk guru-guru yang usia mungkin baru mengenal Microsoft, cenderung karena masih dekatnya dengan platform sebelah, Prof, platform Google, maka perlu adanya penekanan yang lebih dan pengulangan dalam penerapan media ini, Prof, untuk gurunya terlebih dahulu, kemudian untuk ke siswanya cenderung lebih cepat, Prof, dalam mengakses pembelajaran berbasis Microsoft ini. Namun ternyata tantangannya malah ada bagi pengajar dan pendidiknya, Prof. Jadi saya perlu perlahan-lahan dan step by step, Prof, dalam mengimplementasikan media yang saya kembangkan ini. Mungkin itu saja, Prof.
Terima kasih, Pak Arif.
Ya.
Bu Vivit.
Iya, Prof.
Ya,
Mohon izin menggunakan bahasa Indonesia, Prof. Karena tadi pagi saya belum makan pizza ya, Prof ya.
silakan Ibu.
Ya, Prof. Untuk apa riset yang sudah saya lakukan, terutama memang saya memang pendidikan seni untuk anak usia dini, dan ini memang sangat cukup apa namanya. Sebetulnya kalau penerapan untuk guru di pendidikan anak usia dini dan di TK itu yang menjadi kendala adalah memang saat ini kurikulum yang berubah. Jadi memang awalnya dulu dari kurikulum yang apa namanya kurikulum ke-13 gitu, sekarang menjadi kurikulum Merdeka Belajar gitu. Itu yang sedang saya angkat. Tetapi memang kurikulum ini sangat memudahkan bagi guru, terutama untuk prakteknya. Jadi yang saya ambil tadi di self expression orientation itu lebih ke apa namanya praktek kurikulum Merdeka Belajar. Bagaimana mereka mempraktekkan bermain melalui pembelajaran gitu. Jadi bermain dan bermain gitu. Jadi bermain melalui pendidikan seni itu sangat diminati oleh guru-guru karena melalui bermain adalah salah satu strategi untuk saat ini pendidikan karakter yang sangat diutamakan dalam kurikulum Merdeka Belajar saat ini. Sebetulnya kendala yang utama itu memang perbedaan ya seperti tadi yang Pak Vigge sampaikan gitu ya, bahwa guru memang pada dasarnya belum menguasai secara penuh di teknologi saat ini. Jadi pada saat penerapan kurikulum Merdeka Belajar ini memang sangat membutuhkan salah satu strategi melalui teknologi yang sangat dibutuhkan. Memang itu yang kendala yang utama adalah memang teknologinya saja, tetapi kalau penerapan kurikulum secara apa namanya secara terus-menerus dilakukan, itu dari kurikulum dulu juga sebetulnya sudah menjadi kurikulum Merdeka Belajar untuk di pendidikan anak usia dini gitu.
Oke,
Baik,
terima
mungkin
kasih.
begitu, Prof.
Terima
Iya,
kasih, Bu
sama-sama,
Lesnadi,
Prof.
Bu Vivi. Ya.
Iya.
Okay, now we start for second session. The four presenter, please ready Mr. Gunawan, Ibu Hamidah, Pak Hari Rudianto Indro Wardono, and Pak Hasan Bastomi. Are you ready?
Ready, Prof. Always
Okay.
ready now.
Yeah, okay. Thank you for the first presenter and the second session, Pak Gunawan, that will be present the title Analysis of Student Creative Thinking Skill based on convergence. Yeah. Okay, please, Pak Gunawan.
Thank you, Prof. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I want to explain my research is the title of Analysis of Mathematical Creative Thinking Process based on Self-Confidence in Complex Number. In higher order thinking skill, there are three main components, one of which is creative thinking. And then 21 century skill competency map and 4C, one of which is creative thinking. Student can generate, develop, and implement their idea creatively, but independently and in group. And then is in silver 1997, describe indicator of creative thinking skills include there are three indicator. Number one is fluency as the ability to produce different answer. Number two, flexibility as the ability to produce different solution. And number 3, originality as the ability to produce unusual or unique idea or answer or solution. And then as a creative thinking process, there are 4 stages. Number 1, preparation stage. Number 2 is incubation stage. Number 3, illumination stage. And number 4, verification stage. In preparation stage, student gathering information and focusing on the problem. And then in incubation stage, student in this process, a person escape from the problem, but the brain continues to find a solution. The incubation stage is the starting point for inspiration. And illumination stage, emergence of new idea, then applying them in solving problem. And the last verification stage, the student re-examine the issue solving process that has been carried out and then correct error or conceptual discrepancy. Research method. Type of research is qualitative, subject, students, data collection technique, questionnaire, test, interview, and documentation. And data analysis technique is reduction, presenting, and conclusion. Result is sorry, Prof. Result is number one is preparation stage. This is a picture respondent answer was to write down the now information by brief describe the equation. And then in incubation stage, use the concept of fractional algebra operation and trigonometric table for a unique angle. This activity is carried out to find different solution. And then in the illumination stage, students solve mathematical problem with 2 different solutions. This is a solution 1 and this is a solution 2. And the last verification stage, the result of interview with all respondents explain that all respondents did not recheck the answer and problem solving process due to the limited processing time and had done the initial calculation on the script sheet, so there was no need to check again. Conclusion. Number 1, in the preparation stage, all respondents read the problem, write down the information, and focus on asks. Number 2, in the incubation stage, respondent in the low, medium, and high category remember the knowledge that has been obtained using keyword in the problem and look for the relationship between the main issue, the knowledge process, and information obtained at the preparation stage. And number 3, in the illumination stage, respondents solve problem with several different methods and devise new solution. And the last, number 4, in the verification stage, all respondents did not recheck the answer and problem solving process due to the limited processing time. Thank you for your attention. Thank you, Prof. Edi. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Pak Gunawan. Interesting research about mathematics and creative thinking. Okay,
Prof.
and then the next presenter, Ibu Hamidah, that will be present the effectiveness of PARAS learning model, problem, attention, relevant assurance testification on the ability of think, geometry, and motivation for student achievement. Mathematics education 2. Please, Ibu Hamidah. Ibu Hamidah. Not in. Ada. Ibu Hamidah, Ibu Hamidah. No response from Ibu Hamidah. Okay, the next presenter, Pak Hari Rudianto. Are you ready?
Always ready, Prof. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Bentar.
Okay, Pak Hari Rudianto Indro Wardono will present
Yeah, okay.
automatic feed water
Yeah.
treatment method. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Bentar. I lost the paper. Bentar. Bentar, Prof.
Tenang, Pak, tenang. Okay.
Problem. Oke. Thank you, Prof. Sudah kelihatan ya, Prof ya?
Belum.
Oh, belum ya, Prof. Sudah ya, Prof? Sudah kelihatan ya, Prof?
Belum.
Oh, belum ya, Prof? Oh, di sini sudah kelihatan loh, Prof.
Iya.
Sudah kelihatan ya, Prof?
Close your
Sudah ya?
presentation first.
Please close your presentation.
Close your
Oh.
presentation first.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then
Close
share
and
screen again.
oke. Oke,
Okay.
sudah kelihatan ya, Prof?
Yes. Good look. Yeah.
Oke, thank you very much, Prof. Egi. Okay, my name is Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name Hari Dianto. I am studying in doctoral program in Faculty of Public Health in University of Negeri Semarang. I will explain my title, my research, automatic feed water treatment method with electrocoagulation and salt addition techniques to improve chemical quality to drinking water. Introduction. The water is basic need where 70% of the human body consists of water. IDGS states that 2030 universal 2 of the sustainable development and equitable access to safe, quality, affordable drinking water for all can be saved. Electrolysis is one of alternative drinking water treatment technique, especially. The result of the study are in the form with water treatment equipment that can be moved from one location to another, like mobile. Method. This type of research is a pre-experimental study with one group retest approach. Replication is carried out 3 times at use of voltage of 9 volt, 12 volt, and 15 volt. Manufacture of 1% saline solution as a coagulation material in the electrocoagulation process. The research instrument used in the form of pitwater treatment tool consisting of electrolysis bath, flocculation, sedimentation, multimedia filtration bed, disinfection with ultraviolet light, system of filtration, and microcontrol. Data analysis was carried on discrete analytical by comparing water quality data, especially iron content of treated water with untreated water, and statistical analysis was carried out using the one ANOVA test. Result and discussion. Pet water treatment consists of raw water 100 liter, electrolytic tank, double media filtration, ultraviolet disinfection, product water, to water pump, pipe system, wiring system, pH and turbidity sensor, and program microcontrol. This is a layout image of a placement of water treatment equipment fitting. This is consists of water source, a pump. This is a water 100 liter, electrolysis bed, saturation dissolution at NaCl. Water reservoir 100 liter is ported filtration tube, secondary tube, and is ported to pump, and we produce drinking water from treatment. This layout image of placement of pit water treatment equipment fitting. This is a presentation so that equipment water treatment equipment with electrolysis technique and algorithm salt with used in electronic volt or 9 volt on average can reduce the iron level 100%, the voltage of 12 volt by 90.80%, and in voltage 50 volt of 90.50%. Complying with the requirement of the Minister of Health Republic of Indonesia, number 1492/Menkes/per/2010 concerning drinking water concentrating for iron content is 0.3 milligram per liter. This table, the water is produced is made from recruitment of Ministry of Health of the Republic Indonesia. The result of the statistical level, we cannot determine of the value significant to 0.263 more bigger 0.05, so that HO is rejected, or the other word can be concluded that there is no significant influence of the magnitude of the value of electrical voltage used on the decrease in the level. This is statistical one-way ANOVA. Conclusion. The treatment with filtration technique with salt electric volt of 9 volt, 12 volt, and 50 volt is able to reducing the FA content as high as 93.79%. It's more effective this tool. The head value of electronic voltage does not have significant effect on the decrease of the component. Suggestion: it is necessary to improve the setting the duration sedimentation time in the electrolysis tank after the complete of the electrolysis process, minimal 3 hours, and using actual pit water media cartridge for filtration. Thank you very much. This is my research for prepare to come back to Prof. Edi. Terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Pak Ari. From kesehatan masyarakat ya Pak ya?
Iya, Prof. Moro itu.
Oke, baik, terima kasih. Thank you. And then we invite Mr. Hasan Bastomi that will present the title Implementation of Cyber Counseling in Higher Education through the My Counselor application. Pak Hasan Bastomi.
Ya, Prof.
Ya.
Sudah terlihat, Prof.
slideshow.
Ya, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for the time given by the moderator, Prof. Edi Cahyono, which I respect the participant of the presentation this afternoon. My name is Hasan Bastomi, and my promoter team, Prof. Sugio, Pak Anwar Sutoyo, and Bu Awalia. Allow me present my paper with the title Implementation of Cyber Counseling in Higher Education through my counselor application. Introduction: the responsibility for the learning is almost entirely given to a student, teacher, or a lecturer only provide the basic of knowledge, and students are required to study independently. Mental health has become an important issue in the world of education, especially in university. This is inspirational for the fact and mental health has a contribution to the development and academic success of students. At the individual level, mental health problem affect all aspects that exist in the student, but emotional, cognitive, psychic, and social aspect. High level of psychological distress among students were significantly associated with academic performance. Fisher student reporting feeling overwhelmed have doubt in recent years with colleagues have report increased use on campus counseling service up 8% of over the past 3 years. The purpose of the guidance and counseling is to develop the potential of individual as optimally as possible according to their ability to adapt to their environment, but in the school, family, and community environment. One from counseling service that can be provided to student is cyber counseling, as is done at IAIN Kudus through the My Counselor application. Therefore, the study in this research is about the implementation of cyber counseling in university through the My Counselor application. Method research on the implementation of cyber counseling in university took the My Counselor application is carried out using a qualitative approach with the type of field research with data collection technique using interview, observation, and documentation technique. Then the data collection with analysis using qualitative descriptive analysis technique with consists of three stage, namely first the data reduction stage, second the data presentation stage, and third the conclusion and verification about the implementation of cyber counseling in university through the My Counselor application. Result and discuss. My Counselor is a counseling service provider application intended for IAIN Kudus student and the community with various features. It user can choose counseling service, safety, comfortable, and confidential. My Counselor was born on February 25. For the birth of the My Counselor application was motivated by the many individual fitting on social media during the COVID-19 pandemic. This is because the COVID-19 pandemic required people to be in their respective homes.
Next, there are various counseling service in my counselor application, individual counseling, SOS call, responsive service, my counselor support group, psychological service with counselor. There are times when counselor and counselee feel the need for face-to-face meeting as a follow-up to interaction via the internet, consultation service, my test service, best counseling service, self-help for my counselor user by utilize social media, Facebook and Instagram. Thank you for attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Yeah, thank you Pak Hasan Bastomi. Okay, this is the last of the presenter in second session. Hamida and Bu Galuh maybe after all session.
Ya, Prof.
Finish.
Ya, Bapak. Yes.
Ada pertanyaan Bapak Ibu untuk Pak Gunawan, untuk Pak Hari dan Pak Hasan Bastomi? Silahkan. Ada? Silakan. Tidak ada pertanyaan ini ya. Biar diskusinya hidup. Di ini ada nggak ya di oke, mungkin untuk diskusi pancingan pertanyaan untuk Pak Gunawan ya. Mana yang lebih penting ya? Ini maksudnya berpikir benar dengan berpikir kreatif itu ya Pak Gunawan ya. Apakah dari hasil riset itu kalau yang kemampuan berpikir kreatifnya bagus, otomatis juga hasil studinya bagus, hasil belajarnya baik. Kemudian kalau untuk Pak Hari Rudianto menarik risetnya ya. Saya tertarik dengan electrocalculative system. Mohon dijelaskan sedikit Pak, ini cara kerja electrocalculative ini seperti apa. Kemudian untuk Pak Hasan Bastomi, ada nggak ya ilmu tentang, ini saya orang awam ya, ilmu tentang bagaimana istilahnya kalau dalam pembelajaran itu kan pedagoginya pembelajaran daring gitu ya. Nah kalau untuk teknik untuk konsultasi secara daring itu ada ilmunya tidak? Atau mata kuliahnya ada tidak? Silahkan dijawab untuk kita semua. Ya.
Ini, Prof. Dulu ya, Prof.
Silakan, tidak harus urut. Ya.
Oke. Ya, terima kasih Prof. Izin menjawab. Jadi yang berpikir kreatif dengan hasil belajar itu sebenarnya tidak terlalu kuat ya, Prof. Artinya berpikir kreatif itu tidak mempengaruhi terhadap hasil belajar mahasiswa begitu. Jadi kalau berpikir kreatif itu lebih kepada, kalau di matematika ini Prof, lebih kepada mahasiswa atau siswa ini menjawab suatu masalah dengan cara yang berbeda dari yang biasanya diberikan di pembelajaran begitu, Prof.
Belum tentu benar itu ya.
Belum tentu benar. Begitu, Prof.
Ya, terima kasih jawabannya, Pak.
Iya, Prof.
Ya, kemudian silakan yang lain.
Oke, saya ya, Prof.
Silakan. Ya.
Oke, terima kasih nih, Prof. Ini memang kebetulan ini penelitian kami multi years itu di Simlab Tapmas ya. Ini kebetulan periode kedua. Waktu itu kami bikin untuk periode pertama. Cuman waktu itu desain kami sampai 200 jutaan lebih, tapi anggarannya nggak ada, Bro. Jadi hanya sekitar 55. Jadi prinsipnya, jadi kita bikin alat, kita masukin 200 liter air baku ke dalam water tank, kemudian kita tambahkan 20 liter larutan garam ya dengan konsentrasi 4 gram. Jadi kita bikin 4 gram per liter, jadi nanti akan menghasilkan 808 gram NaCl. Kenapa kita pakai NaCl garam? Karena kita pakai elektrokoagulasi, jadi nanti akan muncul proses reduksi oksidasi gitu. Nah, itu pakai media plat logam. Terus kita perbedaan dengan penelitian riset riset itu kita pakai sensor, Prof. Jadi karena kita pakai 4.0 ya, 4.0, jadi kita pakai sensor, pakai komputer, kita setting, kita masukkan, jadi kita diamkan selama sekian jam lah. Kalau sedimentasi kan minimal 1 sampai 3 jam kita proses, ditunggu, terus kita masukin secara automatically ya, kemudian masuk ke pengendapan, kemudian masuk bak filtrasi, kemudian bak UV, terus kita tunggu hasil olahannya gitu, Prof. Jadi kita modelnya secara batch gitu, Prof. Jadi pakai metode sensor gitu, Prof.
Baik, terima kasih Pak. Ya, penjelasan.
Ji, Prof.
Redoknya saya sebenarnya tertarik, cuma waktunya terbatas ya.
Iya. Kita diskusi lagi, Prof, nanti, Prof. Anytime, Prof.
Pak Hasan, silahkan Pak Hasan. Ya.
Ya, terima kasih Prof. Untuk mata kuliahnya ada Prof, namanya Counseling Cyber. Ini untuk menjawab tantangan perkembangan zaman, Prof. Jadi sekarang ini kan eranya teknologi, era internet, era cyber, sehingga harapannya konseling juga bisa dilaksanakan secara cyber yang memang dengan cyber ini bisa menjangkau banyak pihak, banyak orang dimanapun dan juga kapanpun. Seperti itu, Prof.
Oke, terima kasih. Di Akpol itu sudah ada mata kelas cybercrime. Nah, kayaknya sudah
Ya,
model ya. Lalu mungkin nanti cyber science. Ya, siapa tahu. Oke, baik. Kita teruskan ya. Terima kasih jawaban-jawaban menariknya. Pak Hari, Pak Gunawan, juga Pak Hasan. Ya. Oke, and the third session we will invite Pak Hasbi Iskandar. Sudah kenal ini saya. Pak Hendi Hidayat, Bu Nurina. Are you ready? Pak Hasbi, Pak Hendi, Bu Nurina, Pak Rinto?
Ready, Prof.
Yes, Prof.
Okay, the first time, please, Mr. Hasbi Iskandar. Time is yours. Hasbi?
Yeah, Prof.
Okay.
Sampun terlihat nggih, Prof?
Sudah. Di full screen, Pak.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Let me present the research result. My article title How Research Trend on Ethnoscience in Science Learning, a Systematic and Scoping Review of Empirical Studies. My name is Hasbi Iskandar, team promoter Prof. Sudarmin, Prof. Susilo, and Mr. Mahardika Prestio Aji. Character and cultural education need to be instituted in study. Its application in science learning based on a multicultural perspective or integrated ethnoscience, multiculturalism as a reflection tool in science education and improving science learning. Science learning need to be researched using an ethnoscience approach. There has been no ethnoscience research in science learning that has been discussed using data processing applications such as NVivo. The result of the evaluation of data on the development of ethnoscience research trend in science learning from 2010 to 2020 using NVivo software. The software is also used to find research gap. The formulation of the research problem is how is the number of research publication developing, which countries have contributed to researching, what subjects are taught in the ethnoscience approach to teaching science learning, From 2010 to 2020, research opportunities on ethnoscience approach its science learning as future researcher plan. The review process is divided into 4 phases: identification, screening, eligibility included, keyword combination, ethnoscience, local wisdom, indigenous science. Through 4 stages of review from 72 articles to 60 articles. Mostly found is Journal of Physics. The number of published article data, most researchers from Indonesia are in the Journal of Physics. Researchers conducted the most in 2020 of 18 studies. The publication detail of several journal of physics dominate the discovery of article every year. Often the journal physics published most of the paper on the ethnoscience approach to science learning. From 2010 to 2020, 48 research articles from Indonesian dominate the most. The second large country dominant in research related to ethnoscience in science learning is the United States and Nigeria. Mostly research about ethnoscience in science learning is done in physics study, subject as much as 38%. Also, research was conducted on the subject of chemistry lesson as much as 35%. In biology subject only to 37%. The metadata obtained were 60 articles, then the analysis was carried out using the in vivo application to find gap in ethnoscience research in science learning. The purpose of the cluster analysis is the integrated variable followed by the activities, development, environment, and traditional variable. The technology variable is followed by the excipients and instructional variable. When will the development variable is followed by culture and present variable. What cloth with ethnic application in above, the word they often are integrated in development. This means that ethnoscience research in science learning has used this variable a lot. However, it is still feasible to integrate it with selective emerging word, namely extranational and culturally. Conclusion. Number 1, the most striking result in 2020 were 18 articles. Most result with an ethnoscience approach in science learning are still dominated by researchers from Indonesia who have published in physics journal. Number 2, the subject matter of physics in mostly between chemistry and biology subject, although the difference is not too big. Number 3, metadata using the in vivo application can be used to find out opportunities for ethnoscience research in science learning. It's known that there are still opportunities to develop learning model based and local culture and learning media that are integrated with other operated approach. Number 4, this research is limited to articles that use an ethnoscience approach to science learning in the 2010-2020 rank and only to 5 reputable index journal, the frequently published article in the file of science learning. Studies is expected to provide an overview of metadata using the NVivo application on the EthnoScience approach in science learning and research opportunities that can be carried out in future research. Thank you for attention.
Okay,
Thank you, Prof. Edi.
Pak Hasbi. Okay, now we invite Mr. Hendy Hidayat.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
The Honorable Professor Dr. Edi
Is
Cahyono.
slideshow, Pak Hendy.
Yeah. Okay.
Slideshow your slide. Yeah.
Okay. The Honorable Professor Dr. Edi Cahyono, dear brothers and sisters, thank you very much for the chance given to let me present my research article entitled Promoting Critical Literacy in Academic Reading Class, e-Learners Activity Exploration. Okay. Reading academic for purpose is Satya Insan Cirebon is meant to enhance students' critical reading and academic writing abilities, as well as to raise knowledge of the link between reading and writing as a response to International Qualification Framework, or IQF. As educators, we face the task of involving students in their learning so that they acquire the skills and information required to operate in today's society. So what does it say? This is the research or the studies related to my topic. One in 2011 looks at the viewpoints of students in EFL reading and writing. EFL here means English as a foreign language. When it comes to critical literacy, she discovered that when language learners are taught in a critical literacy framework, their traditional literacy skills as well as their ability to critically engage with text improve dramatically. BIT in 2014 conducted a research that found a link between critical literacy and curiosity. It investigates the pedagogy and practice of an elementary school teacher who employs both inquiry and critical literacy. Last, late in 2007, discovered that inquiry pattern is difficult to implement since it stresses that students create their own knowledge by actively participating in their learning process. And this is the method. I spent 7 weeks making ethnographic observations and field notes related to responding to text process, noting what the students do before, during, and after responding process. An in-depth interview was conducted to 3 participants. The criteria of chosen participants was their performance during the project. They were considered to have more information. The interview aims to know how each passes fit into the overall context of the inquiry process. And this is the result and discussion. The coded activity consists of selecting the text, summarizing the text, responding to other ideas, supporting the responses with evidences, and the last one is combining the summary with the response in a coherent thought. In selecting the text during this phase, students were asked to choose a text to react on their own. Revision information may or may not impact participants' subject choice because they must debate the issue in groups. But prior knowledge did influence the participants' evaluation of their topics, whether it is difficult or easy. Meanwhile, in summarizing the text, in this phase, the learners were given the task of summarizing the book. Reading the material, recognizing terminology, and highlighting the key parts of the text are some of the common actions that participants do in this phase, depending on the interview. Students' inquiry process in this phase aspires to be the starting phase of inquiry, since they need to activate or build the prior knowledge before they generate their own inquiries on the concept provided. And in responding to author's ideas class, in this phase, learners were asked to apply to the thought of the author. This is the most important phase, since it involves their critical engagement in inquiry process. It links the students to their prior knowledge and encourage them to ask their own question about the author's ideas. And then in supporting to the responses with evidences, in this phase, one distinctive aspect of information exploration for this phase is that after questions have been developed, The investigation should be continually focused on answering those questions rather than researching everything relevant to the student's topic. Students were asked to correlate the text they were reading with other texts in order to support the responses to the question they had posed in the previous step. And the last one, combining summary with the responses in a coherent thought. In this phase, this phase is a result of the previous one. It is a component of sense making in which data is viewed as evidence that supports, refutes, or complements the responding text. They have to integrate their overview and replies into one document. They must link one piece of data, the answer to the question, to another in order to create the responses. Conclusion, the final session of the paper offers recommendation for how instructors might create their own critical literacy approach to text and modules. BFL students in this study use a cautious selection of fact, background knowledge of activation, knowledge activator, queries to the author's concept, intertextuality for answering the question, and reflection to complete their output. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Pak Hendy Hidayat dari Cirebon ya, Pak ya.
Ya, Prof.
The next presenter Ibu Nurina Hidayah.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, Prof.
The time
Yeah,
is yours, Bu Nurina. 5 minutes.
yeah. Thank you, Prof. Mohon maaf Bapak Ibu sebelumnya jika nanti ada suara-suara anak kecil yang ikut teriak di sini. Ya. Okay. Let me share screen. Kita lihat barbarian ya, Nak ya. Okay. Apakah sudah terlihat Bapak Ibu?
Sudah, Bu. Silakan.
Yeah, baik. Terima kasih. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming to this presentation. Let me introduce myself. My name is Nurina Hidayah. I'm from Pekalongan, Indonesia. I still study in Universitas Negeri Semarang. Let me, in this opportunity, I would like to present my article, and the title is Mathematical Problem-Solving Ability from Self-Regulated Learning for Class 10 Senior High School Student. First, we will see the background of this article is about importance of problem-solving ability. From NCTM 2000, it says that mathematical problem solving is finding ways to solve a problem by observing, understanding, casing, and finding and reviewing the solution to a problem. From the content standard for primary and secondary education, Permendikbud number 21 of 2016, said students are expected to be able to apply knowledge in specific fields of study according to their talent and interest to solve problems. And also, as we know, students in 21st century must have competence about 4C, creativity and innovation, critical thinking and problem solving, communication skill, and also collaboration. But there are still weakness in mathematical problem solving process, especially at the stage of rewriting the answer, which means that students still have difficulty checking answer and making the right conclusion. Based on the observation, found that some students can solve math problem but cannot provide proof and reason for some solution. Now, and then another factor that affect mathematical problem solving ability is self-regulated learning. Argue that the higher the student self-regulated learning, the higher the student mathematical learning outcome. And then the lower the student self-regulated learning, the lower the student mathematics learning outcome. Self-regulated learning itself affect about 17% of student mathematical problem solving abilities. So in this article, I will talk about reviewing the depth of problem solving abilities from self-regulated learning on trigonometry material. In this method, we use qualitative research with the descriptive approach, and then the problem-solving ability used to the test instrument, and for non-test instrument is for self-regulated learning and interview. And the data analysis, we use reduction data, presentation, and conclusion. And for indicator of problem-solving ability, we use from POLIA problem solving, is understanding the problem, designing problem-solving strategy, performing calculation, and re-examining or looking back the result of problem solving. Next, for the result and discussion, we can see from the figure 1, it talks about self-regulated learning. The results show that as many as 18.75% of students in the category high, and then 62.5% student in category moderate, and 18.75% for in category low. Then after that, the scoring was done on the problem-solving ability test, and interview the subject were taken among 4 students to represent each category of self-regulated learning. Here, the result of analysis about mathematical problem-solving ability view from category level of self-regulated learning. I'm sorry, I cannot present all of the level. I just can present the moderate level and low level. We can see in the figure 5, student just only understanding the problem. At this stage, the respondent just wrote down one noun element. They did not write down another element, an element being asked. And the stage 2, 3, and 4, they the respondent cannot write down in here. Also in figure 11, it's same as from moderate level. From this, we can take a conclusion that students with a high level of independence have problem-solving abilities that tend to better. Students in this category are able to meet the indicator of problem-solving ability at stage 1 or first step in understanding the problem, less able at stage 2 and 3, and unable to meet stage 4. Students with a moderate level of self-regulated learning have problem-solving ability that tend to be quite good. Students in this category have not been fully able to meet the indicator of problem-solving ability stage 1 and are not able to meet stage 2, 3, and 4. Third, students with low level of self-regulated learning have problem-solving ability that tend to be less good. Students in this category are not able to meet the 4 indicator of problem-solving ability. That's all that I can present. Thank you for the opportunity. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And the last presenter for third session, Pak Rinto, that will be present the title Project-Based Learning Using Ethno-STEM Approach, Improving Creative Thinking Skill of Pharmacy Student at Medical Vocational High School. Please, Pak Rinto.
Okay. Thanks, Prof. Edi. Sebentar, Prof. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Rinto. Title of my paper, project-based learning using ethno-STEM approach, improving creative thinking skill of pharmacy student at medical vocational high school. Introduction, a teacher must be able to create a conducive classroom atmosphere so that the learning achieves its goal and makes students motivated in understanding the material. Teacher must be able to think of the best solution in solving problem that arise, such as designing the right model and approach in the learning process, learning strategies and assessment that appropriate with student need and student learning outcome that are as affected in terms of attitude, knowledge, and skill in improving the quality of education. One of the appropriate learning model at vocational high school is the project-based learning. Learning model, because project-based learning is a learner constraint learning model to conduct an in-depth investigation of a topic. This project-based learning model can be integrated with the existing culture around the student or school and environment. This student applies the VGBL model with an ethno-STEM approach. The selection of the ethno-STEM approach was based on the popularity and interest in the learning approach through the integration of ethno-science and science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Methods. The method used is this research is pre-experimental method and descriptive method. This method is used to describe the impact of implementing the PJBL learning model with the ethno-STEM approach to improve the creative thinking skill of medical vocational high school student. The research design used is the one group pretest post-test design. The population in this study were all students of class 10 high vocational school in Cirebon Regency. The research sample used in this study was one class from 5 existing class, namely class 10 pharmacy with a total of 35 students by proposed sample. Result and discussion, a fixture integrate VGBL with ethno-STEM of Vindang Bandung, ethno-STEM Bangkong Philippines, from science, scientific name of as acacia, scientific name of turmeric, scientific name of cassava, from technology, processing and packing of cassava, living in the reservoirs, from engineering, the use of cassava lab for the Bangkong with fish, the use of turmeric for the Bangkong with fish, the use of acacia wood as firewood. For mathematics, counting of the capital, counting the profit and loss. The results show that highest pre-test score was 30.18, and the loss score was 10.11 with a value of 21.19. Meanwhile, the post-test result obtained the highest score of 95.23 and the loss score of 49.13. This means that there is an increase in creative thinking skill after the learning.
Pak Rinto, 1 minute again.
Yeah.
Okay. 1 minute again. Okay.
Oh yeah. Finally, the strength in evaluation thinking skill gets and gain value 5 then 20 in the medium category. Based on the result of the study, it can be considered that the VGBL learning model with the ethno-STEM approach improves student creative thinking skill. Okay, thanks Prof. Edi. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam. Terima kasih Pak Rinto.
Yeah.
Bapak Ibu saya tawarkan apakah terus dengan kita selesaikan sekalian dengan Ibu Galuh dan Bu Hamidah ya, ataukah tanya jawab dulu? Ada usul? Halo?
Teruskan saja, Pak.
Oke, kita teruskan. Sudah siap ya? Oke, the extended session. Oh, no, we invite Ibu Galuh Fatwa Hedianti.
Oke,
Okay.
thank you, Prof. Oke, sudah terlihat, Prof?
Oke, di slideshow, Bu.
Ya. Oke, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Galuh Fatwa Hedianti, and I'm present to you about Babalu Batang Art, revitalization in the middle of cultural change. Okay, introduction. Babalu art is a traditional art that embodiment of cultural expression of the people of Batang Regency. The function of Babalu art as profound art, where Babalu art is not closely related to religion or sacredness. Babalu art is only entertainment from the time to time.
Halo Bu Galuh. Kayaknya sinyalnya sedang tidak bagus nih Bu Galuh. Ya, terlempar.
Oke, mohon maaf Prof, sinyalnya agak terpental lagi. Oke.
Silakan, silakan.
Ya. Memang susah di sini. Oke, lanjut. Formulation of the problem. How is the process of revitalization Babalu art fragment in the content of socio-cultural change? Research method. Research approved by interdisciplinary approach. Research design by case study. Research Oke. Nah, research location Babalu art in the Batang. Research focus by ethno-choreology ethnochoreology, and revitalization studies. Okay. Types and sorts of data. Primary data, the heart of Babalu art, and the Babalu Culture Office. Secondary data from document, scientific article, photo, and video. Data collection, technique by observation, interview, and document study. Data authenticity technique by credibility criteria and triangulation technique. And data analysis technique by data reduction, data presentation, drawing, conclusion. Okay, research result. Babaludan is a fragment of a series of original Babalu art performance. Babalu art that has experienced revitalization, the only dance fragment. Fragments that are part of Babalu art their original from in heritage. Okay. The revitalization process of Babaludan fragment is based of historical data from interview and research person and relate cultural service. Babalu art was originally a medium from spending Islam by Kiri style or white Islam, represents from the use of flying music instrument instead of gamelan as it is known today. Okay, the conclusion is the revitalization of Babalu art reveal historical fact in the form of intact art for the spread of Islam in the Kiri or West style. That's all my presentation. Thank you so much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam. Yeah. Thank you, Bu Galuh. I hope we can see about the Babalu art. Gambarnya seperti apa sih ya? Kita belum pernah mendengar. Oke. The last presenter for all our session, Ibu Hamidah. The time yours.
Yes. Thank you. I want to share screen. Di mana? Mana Pak layar ya?
Iya, layar. Izinkan dulu. Nanti tuh saya.
Mana? Yang mana? Wait. Drop. Ya. Oke, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for opportunity. This is my title, the effectiveness of the Paras learning model on the ability to think geometry and motivation for student achievement. Introduction. The result was motivated by the result of previous research, namely that students only reach level 2 of Van Hill's geometry thinking ability, and the motivation for student achievement was low, so that the Paras learning model was chosen, namely the modification of problem-based learning and the ARCS model. The formulation of the problem in this study is 1. How is the effectiveness of the Paras learning model on students' geometry thinking ability? 2. What is the motivation for student achievement after being given learning with the Paras learning model? 3. Is there a relationship between the motivation to excel and the student geometry thinking ability. The purpose of the study was to determine the effectiveness of the Paras learning model and on the ability to think geometry and motivation for student achievement. In this research design, one group pretest post-10 research design. Population is mathematics education students of Bina Bangsa Serang University. And then the sample was selected using the purposive sampling technique, namely the second semester students totaling 22 students. Data collection technique with geometry thinking ability test before and after learning and the question of motivation to excel after learning. The data analysis the effect size test, percentage, chi-square test, and contingency coefficient. This is my result. Table 1, table 2, and table 3 show about my result. This is table 3 show about effect size test result. Table 1 about result of the achievement motivation question, and table 2 result of present and pretest and post-test review from the level of geometry thinking ability. Conclusion. In conclusion is know that the effectiveness of the Paras learning model on student geometry thinking ability is very high, and students have been able to reach the deduction level for the motivation for student achievement after being given learning with the Paras learning model. It's conclude that the average is relatively high. Furthermore, it's known that there is no relationship between the motivation to excel and the student geometry thinking ability. Implication of this study, a modified learning model that can improve the ability to think geometry and motivation for student achievement. Thank you.
Thank you, Bu Hamidah. Any question for the presenter? Ada pertanyaan Bapak Ibu? Alhamdulillah 12 sudah presentasi semua. Ya, tampaknya di perjalanan ya Bu Hamidah.
Iya.
Ada pertanyaan? Tadi ada diskusi Pak Rinto dengan Pak Arif ya. Bagus ya, lewat chat. Terima kasih. Ya, kalau tidak ada, saya pikir semuanya sudah menyampaikan dengan sangat baik dan meskipun ada terkendala sinyal semuanya bisa tersampaikan. Bapak Ibu, untuk melengkapi presentasi mari kita foto bersama ya, foto session. Tolong dibuka semua kamera ya. Tolong buka semua kamera. View-nya gimana Mas ini supaya ini ya. Nah, ini lengkap kita. Bu Khaira, Bu Siva ini. Oh, bukan ini kayaknya. Serta yang lain. Ya, terima kasih. Sudah difoto, Mas? Oke. Hah? Sebentar ya, di 1, 2, 3. Nah, pakai gaya, kayak gaya gimana Mas? Oh, gini, jempol 2 semua. 1, 2, jempolnya mana jempolnya? Belum kelihatan semua. Ya, 1, 2, 3. Oke. Thanks you for all presenters and congratulations. Tepuk tangan untuk kita semuanya. Ya, alhamdulillah.
Thank you, Prof.
Thank you, Prof. Edi.
Thank you, Prof. Edi.
Sehat selalu.
Matur nuwun, Prof.
Terima kasih,
Kita
presenter.
lanjutkan riset-risetnya ya.
Iya, Prof.
Terima kasih, Prof.
Ya, Prof.
Kurangnya
Mas Rifki, terima kasih.
ya, Mas Rifki.
Oke, matur nuwun.
Minta
Tutup ya, Bapak
rekaman.
Ibu ya. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Ada yang minta rekaman, Mas?
Ada, nanti saya itu.
Nanti coba. Oke, kita cukupkan. Selamat sore, selamat beristirahat.
Ya, Prof. Matur suwun, Prof. Semuanya matur suwun, Bapak Ibu.
Matur nuwun semuanya.
Terima kasih semuanya. Izin Liv.